Today we will talk together about three stocks that I consider interesting for the coming days and the coming weeks. First, we will do an update about Tesla. Then we will talk about Adobe that will report earnings tomorrow after market at the end of the day, and ZSCALER that reported interesting earnings and started a nice bullish run up, and we will see together if it's a good stock to trade and at which level. So let's start first with Tesla. I already talked about the stock a few weeks ago when the stock was at 180, and I sent an email to all the members of the private newsletter about the potential buying movement, and that's what happened. The stock made a very nice run up, and today we are challenging the main zone, the gap zone. Here, this zone here that in fact has not been filled since October 2022. So this zone will be the main zone to clear before expecting any new bullish movement. It means here Tesla should close first above 264.65 today. Before market it's trading about 263, so basically it should close about that level today, but also above the neckline of that double top, the neckline that was around 267. So to give a clear zone, the zone 260, 270 should be broken, should be cleared. It means Tesla at the end of today should close above 267 in order to expect the next target. Once done, expect easily the stock to go to 289, 290, and above it, it will be, for me, the final medium term target around 314. As you can see, it was the triple top in 2022. So basically the stock, in case the scenario happens, the stock should take a break near 314, between 310 and 320 to give a large zone. What will be the supports? The support will be that gap here between 235 and 243. As long as this gap, as long as the gap is open, expect always a bullish trend. Tesla will remain bullish as long as this gap is still open. Below 235, the next support, the next buy zone will be 220, 221. Don't buy before. I don't believe that Tesla will sell off any soon. There will be a profit taken maybe around this zone. Today we have the Fed, so don't expect the movement to move too much. Maybe Tesla, because it has its own catalysts. So in case we have a sell-off, 220, 222 would be the buying zone. Okay. So Tesla will remain bullish for the medium and the long term. I don't expect Tesla to drop. I believe in the comeback of Tesla. What would be the solution here to trade Tesla if you would like to trade? Of course, buying the stocks. Why not? But the stocks anyway would be a little bit expensive. Another way is to use options to buy the stocks at a discount. As you may know, you can sell puts at these K zones. It would be an interesting strategy. So in case the stock continues up, you get the premium as a profit, and in case the stock drops below the strike of the put you will be selling, you will get the shares at the strike of the put. For example, imagine you sell the put 220 expiring in 1 month or 2 months. In case Tesla drops, you will get the shares at 220 or 222 depending on the strike you will select. What would be the negative point with this strategy? The negative point is that you will not get let's say a considerable profit in case the stock moves up. imagine the stock moves to 350 for any reason, you will get only the premium from the put. So what I would suggest here is to do a synthetic position, or what we call the risk reversal. It means you buy the call and you sell a put with the same price as the price you paid for the call to cover the totality of the purchase costs. And in case the stock goes up, you will participate in the movement, and in case the stock drops, of course, as long as the stock stays above the strike of the put, your risk is zero. Below the strike of the put, you get the shares. So there will be no financial loss. Either you make profit or you get shares at a worst case, and that's what I would advise for that situation. Let's move now to Adobe reporting earnings tomorrow, Thursday. At the end of the day, Adobe made a great run up after the breakout of that triangle. Let's talk about this pattern. This triangle can represent two situations. The first situation can be the continuation of the movement. The second situation, it can be a reversal. So here it was a continuation of the movement. Most of the time, 75% of the time, the triangle will be a continuation pattern. In fact, here a proper triangle should second, here you count all of this as second attempt, then the third, all of this is a third. Okay, so as long as it stays here, it should, in order to count a fourth, you should in fact see a movement to the opposite side. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, and whenever we are near the 75% of the triangle, in fact the length of the triangle, 75%, it was exactly here. Basically the line that would be challenged would be broken with a condition. We need a big candle, and it will be better with a gap. In fact, maybe you don't see it here clearly, but here we had a gap and we had a big candle, and of course we had the stock trading above the moving average here 50, so it was a buy signal. Okay, so now the stock is trading at 478. What should we do? In fact, here, as long as the stock is above that gap, it remains bullish. So here, let's say 443 to 453, $10 gap, it remains bullish. The support would be around 410, 420, especially 420 would be the buying zone. I don't believe that Adobe would make a sell-off, even if we have some bad news about the guidelines or the expectations of the new quarter tomorrow. But I believe that even if we have a sell, it would be a small sell. But I believe Adobe would be still bullish, and the next target would be 520, then 545, which were the previous resistances here, especially 545. So tomorrow, if we have good news about the earnings, I expect the stock to run about 520, then 545. The condition here, the stock should go above the high of that candle, which is 490. So once the stock goes above 500 here, it will start the new trip until 545. If we have a drop, I don't believe that the stock would drop below 420. Expect unless we have huge bad news, then yes, we can talk about a sell-off. It's not my scenario. My scenario is still bullish. The last one, ZSCALER. It made a very nice movement with the gap after the last earnings. So it would be interesting to trade that reversal or the continuation of the movement. Here the continuation pattern with, let's say, an inverted shooting star or inverted hammer. Watch 160. Above 160, there is no resistance here. Okay, the next will be 180, then get out at 190. Okay, because here you can see the triple top that happened last year. So 180, 190 with the breakup of 160. Sorry, I believe that ZSCALER is going up slowly. Okay, but it's consistent without surprises. Good news, good figures with the financial, with the fundamentals. So 180, 190 in case ZS trades above 160. It's not for scalping. It's a slow stock, but it can be a good pick for a medium and long term. Strategy the same here, guys. I advise well, for me the best thing is to trade some synthetic positions. As I said, the risk reversal, buying a call, selling a put. Of course, you need some expertise in order to combine the both and to end with a good strategy. But anyway, if you aim to buy the shares, I advise you this strategy. It would be better. It will give you even better result in case the stock goes up. And also in case the stock drops, you will get the stocks at a discount. And this is the best compromise. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video. I will be glad to reply to your questions. And of course, if you are not yet part of the private newsletter, I invite you to join. I send also other analysis and other trading plans every day, almost, when it's interesting to share. And of course, if you need to cover any stock, feel free to suggest in the comments, and I will be glad to share the analysis with you. Thank you very much and have a good day.